You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings. But now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. Yes, I'm the winner, yeah. 'Cause I'm the winner, yes. Am I awake or am I dreaming? So far gone, I won't look back. And when I move, there ain't no stopping me. You're pushing me up to the top. I saw the clouds looking angry, but then the sky reached my mind.
All right. What's happening, friends? Welcome to Let's Connect show on KONNECTiN. My name is Vijay Bose. Today, we are going to do live assembly of Tilta dual handle power supply bracket for DJI RS2. That's a mouthful. I think there's a reason why Tilta gave this that such a big name, because this is not a dual handle system, because they don't ship with the two handles, so they cannot technically call it as a dual handle. So instead, it's a power supply bracket for the dual handle system and for DJI RS2, and it only works with the DJI RS2. Without getting into details, and if you are new to our channel, as usual, please consider subscribing to our channel. If you think that any information that we share to the channel is useful to you, please follow us, and please follow us on Instagram, and follow us on Facebook. And without further ado, let's get started. And this is going to be a little lengthy video, but hang in there, because I'm going to be doing the live assembly of this system. And also for demonstration purpose, we are going to be using Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K on DJI RS2. All right, and let's actually take a look at the Tilta dual handle power supply bracket system for DJI RS2. All right, there it is. This is the one from Tilta. Actually, Tilta partnered with the DJI to manufacture accessories for DJI's flagship RS2 electronic gimbal system. And this one, actually, this is by far, actually I've seen people actually using the system on set, and I've seen other people's videos. I've seen enough about this system. I learned enough about the system. Actually, that's when I actually placed the order. In fact, I placed the order for the DJI twist handle first. But then, actually, what I found about twist handle is actually the reason why we place the order for a DJI twist handle is because you can actually convert that twist handle into a low angle mode much quickly. And but then since then, actually, I looked at this Tilta dual handle power supply bracket. But then, when I received it, I think, I've seen other people doing it, using it on the set. But trust me, this is by far the best dual handle power supply bracket or dual handle system. And I would like to call it as a dual handle system, actually, because that name doesn't come to my mouth. Dual handle system, this is by far the best dual handle system that I have used in my entire life and until today. And without further ado, let's actually take a look at what are the different components that make up the system. And obviously it comes with a manual. It's both Chinese and English. But anyway, let's keep this aside. And okay, this comes with a handle. This is a mechanical handle. Actually, there is no electronic connections or any automated connections or anything to the gimbal whatsoever. So this is actually just a simple handle. And let's keep that aside. And this is the main brain of this dual supply bracket, and as you see that actually it's got ports, and I think this is how it's going to be. You should be laying it like this before you assemble the system. And this is where the actual DJI RS2 gimbal is going to sit. And this is where the DJI RS2's handle is going to be actually mounted here. That's why this is called only a power supply bracket, because it only comes with one handle, just one handle. So let's actually assemble this. And the other half of this dual power supply bracket is this one. And this one should be mounted on the right side, okay? Right side of this side. This is how it's going to be mounted, okay? So let's keep this aside. Okay, the first things first, and let's actually align this. And I've seen some people complaining about this wing nut, and again, actually, I don't think that this is a problem. I tried once. The only thing is that you got to make sure that there's not enough room between this wing nut and obviously this edge. So. And again, it's built like a tank. All right, you have to be a little more patient. All right, some people complain that this is coming loose, but I don't think that that's the case with this, at least this particular unit. But anyway, we'll test all that out, and I think now I tightened it enough. And make sure that this is tightened all the way so that it doesn't come loose, because this is the one that actually connects this whole thing, actually, right? So this is how you connect it. You line up. There is little there's a little hole here. So just basically, there's a pin here. You just have that pin has to go into that little hole, and obviously you got to tighten this wing nut. Okay. So now the next thing that you have to do is you take the DJI RS2 and disassemble, because this is how it's going to be the RS2. For now, and this is the brain of this RS2, and there's a handle here that's a power handle on which this actually DJI RS2 is mounted. So I'm going to take this out. This actually makes sure that your all axes are locked in lock position, so that your camera will not fall apart. All right, so then you turn a little knob here. There's a little knob here on the side. You turn that, and just simply press it. There you go. There you go. I dismantled from I disconnected the whole the GRS2 from the handle, and that's how you should do it. Let me move this Tilta handle away. All right. So let me connect this real quick. There you go. This is how it's going to be, and it is already connected to the center. And make sure that the side thing is locked so that it doesn't come off. Make sure that you tighten this, you test it out and make sure that it is not coming loose or anything. All right, so your gimbal is already mounted on the dual handle power supply bracket. And then what you can do is actually you take this handle, obviously you disconnect the stand from it. You can actually use the stand actually and screw in at the bottom of this dual handle power supply bracket so that you have more stability. And you just line up here, you see that, and this is the one that should go here. Make sure that there is a little wing nut here that should be there's a little groove here, so make sure that is all. So before you do it, you hold the gimbal so that you turn that thing so that there is nothing obstructing inside that area before you actually still not yet done, so you need to do a little more. There you go. I think that should be it. There you go. All right. There you go. So make sure that the winglet is actually is pointed up so that it doesn't affect the stability of this whole system. All right, now though this is stable, this is really stable, and bear with me because I don't have the real rare camera to actually give you an aerial view of this the whole thing, and this is more like a makeshift in a camera that I'm using to actually showcase this product, but anyway, you get the idea. So now what you can do is actually you can actually use this you can use this this hand stand and screw into the bottom of the unit, okay, and that's what I'm going to be doing. All right, make sure that, let me screw it in, make sure you make sure that you hold the gimbal with both hands so that it's actually it's tight and it's got a nice there you go, it's already done. We already assembled halfway through. All right, so now the other side is what is here. And what do? What options do you have? You can actually use this one, the Tilta handle. The Tilta handle, like I said, this is actually it's a mechanical handle. You can screw in this one, but again, you know, this is good if you're using automatic lens with the camera. On the camera, actually, there's not a problem, and you can actually put the camera in automatic mode, no problem. But you know what? If you're using a manual lens, like like I do, this is actually a cinema lens. I mounted on DJI RS2. It's a Mikey 16 mm t2.2, and if you're using a cinema lens with the T-stops and with a hard stop on, and it's a completely manual, so there is no electronic communication coming from the lens to the camera. If that's the case, if you're holding with both hands on either sides of the gimbal, and you kind of lose the ability to actually to control the focus, right? Then how do you control the, unless you have an first AC and controlling the focus and using some remote capabilities. But if you're just a one-man band, you probably need some kind of a control at your fingertips to actually nail the focus, right? So what options do you have? Tilta has got a couple of options, and actually I also have happen to have a DJI extension kit, And that extension kit is very versatile. It has got lots of accessories. And one of them is actually called a tethered handle. A tethered handle looks like this. And it has got the focus wheel just like our the DJI RS2. And you see that? Let's see if the focus grabs us. There we go. You see that? All right. It's got a port here. You can connect the DC port, and this is the focus wheel. It's still actually catching up. There we go. All right. There you go. So this is the one that comes in the DJI extension kit. So I'm going to be connecting this one with this one. The only issue with this one is actually it's a tether. The only option is tether. That means you need to actually run a cable, from DJI RS2 to this one. Otherwise, this won't work. There's no pure wireless capabilities built in, and Tilta has got a few other options, and we will take a look at it after this is done. Okay, and I also have. Let me see if I can show you this. In order for this to work, actually, what you can do is there is a little option, and there is actually it's a side. I don't know what this is called. It's called a power extension module or something that you can connect to the side, the NATO port, one of the NATO ports, and I already did that. And on the front there is a little port here, and that's where you're gonna run the cable from. Okay, so that's already connected to the DJI RS2. All right, there you go. So what I'm going to do is actually just as a screw here, and you can actually screw this in. All right, let me try that. Okay, see that? All right. I'm going to just screw in this handle. Make sure that you tighten the screw so that it doesn't come off that easily. And if you can actually use some other quick release plate. And the Contour Blue, the company that makes a lot of these accessories, there's a cage and an HDMI cable. They have a fantastic quick release system actually that you can use. I happen to have one somewhere here in the studio, and I'll show you if I get time. And if you use that basically you can actually quickly unmount and mount from the base. All right, so this is already screwed in. So all right, so now this how when you screw it in, this is going to be looking like this. So look at that, it's a rock stable, and this is how it's going to look like. All right, so now how do you actually connect the cable? Let me connect the cable also. And this is the cable that this is the smallest cable that comes in the DJI extension kit, and this is what I'm going to be using to connect from DJI RS2 to that handle. Okay, all right, and you line up. The two, and there's a size difference, actually two edges. I think the one with the bigger size that should go onto the RS2, the smaller one that goes to the handle. All right. And there is you can actually easily line up. There is a red dot, so make sure that is lined up on the top, and you can easily there you go. And the beauty of this to that handle is that it has got inputs on the top as well as on the bottom. Just like I said, this here on the top and the bottom. So actually, I connected on the bottom of this to that handle. So now this is connected. So now I'm going to remove this lens cap so that it doesn't really throw off the balance. So I'm ready to actually unlock the axis. This was already balanced make sure that your camera is balanced before you actually start putting it on the dual supply bracket. Hey Maya, good evening. So that's very important. So you make sure that all accessories that should go on the camera should be mounted first, and it is balanced, well balanced. Make sure that it tested it, and then you put it on the dual handle the power supply bracket. Then you can actually you can just take off from there. Okay, and I'm going to unlock the axis. Let me change the mode of my camera to this angle so that you know what I'm doing. All right, there you go. It's already balanced. Okay, so this camera is already balanced. Okay, this camera is already balanced. Right, I'm going to turn on this unit and see how this works. All right, and make sure, okay, turning it on. All right, and how you actually make sure this dual handle, there is a little sleep button here on the side. You just press hard enough for a few seconds, and then there is a the green light comes, and actually it's the middle. There's a 1, 2, 3 modes. The green light stays on, stays solid at the second mode, or and that's how you know that actually this unit gets power. And now that the camera is on, actually not camera is not on yet, but actually the gimbal is powered on, and now you see that my focus motor is working on, now. And let me turn on the camera also real quick. All right, camera is turned on. You see that you see the camera is turned on, and this is balanced. And you see that how I balance this camera. You see that the battery on the top. I think this option is only available if you use the Tilta cage, and Tilta cage is only one that has a mounting option. That means you can actually mount a 15 mm rod on the side, and I'm using actually one of their accessories. I'll show you on the website actually. There you go. You have a purely tethered option, tethered handle connected on the side, and it's rock solid, and you can run with it. The beauty of this dual handle system is that you can quickly go from upright position to underslung mode, and that makes this this system very, very versatile. And like I said, and as I said earlier, this is by far the best dual system that I've ever used in my entire life. And look at that, the options that it provides. And now what I'm going to be showing you is actually now you can actually run. Actually, the whole thing is actually getting power from this DJ handle. But how do you extend the power options is what matters here. There is a little port here. Let me show you very quick. And if you see that, I don't know whether you can see that. There you go. This one. This is actually it's an extension port here, and this is where we're going to be mounting our accessories. It's an optional accessory. It doesn't come with this dual handle power supply bracket. You have to order it separately from Tilta. And that is called it's a V-mount bracket. It's a V-mount bracket. It looks like this. It's a small enough. It's a very, very small enough and lightweight. And the back of this is actually there's a mounting option here. You just unhook it, and there are 4 M3 screws. You take off those M3 screws. and you take this piece out, you align it on the bottom. That's what we're going to be doing now, and we align it, and you can actually connect this V-mount battery on the extender, on the what's it called, the power supply option that's already available within this dual handle power supply bracket. Okay, and let's do this. And the kit comes with a small Allen wrench, and I'm going to be taking off those 4 M3 screws on top of this this plate. Okay, I'm actually removing the screws. Make sure that you keep the screws intact so that you don't lose any of them. If you lose it, it's going to be it's going to affect the stability of this V-mount battery. And Tilta offers a couple of accessories that you can connect, either your V-mount option, or there is another one called the power supply module. But the way it attaches to the system is exactly the same way. So I'm only going to show you the V-mount battery plate. The other one, actually, you can, if you have it, you can actually attach exactly the similar way. But the functionality is slightly different, and I'll explain what that is when I show you the power supply module. I have it here in my studio, and the only wish list I have is, and I wish they provide an additional extra port on the other side, actually, so that I can use the same V-mount battery to provide power to this power supply module. And the power supply module has mounting options for phone monitors or any monitor or any other third-party accessories. Alright, so let me take off this the bottom portion of the V-mount battery. I think it's coming off nicely now. This battery, okay. So, and again, and if you're using this system, and please share your video links in the comment box, because we are interested in seeing how you fly with this system. And also let us know in the comment box and what you like about the system, what you don't like about this one. But by far this is the best one that we have used, and we like everything about it. And this screw, this takes a little extra time. There you go. If you do it in a hurry, nothing works. So you need to have patience. Make sure that you don't lose your screws. There you go. I took off this one. Now it has becomes 2 pieces here. So I'm going to line up this one. I don't know whether you can see that. See it. Yeah, you line up like this. You see that? You see that? There you go. You line up like that, and make sure that this pin should connect that the port. Make sure that, so that I'll see it better before I do it. All right. Then you tighten the screw. Make sure that you There's no screws. So this is the only little hard part, because everything else was a breeze. Because there is a pin here, so you got to make sure that it is aligned properly. I wish they provide some other mechanism to actually this will be some kind of hook, so that it'll latch there, so that you don't have to hold the bottom portion of the plate. That's only my suggestion. Make sure that the holes are lined up. So basically what you can do is, actually, before you actually place your camera, this should be the second thing that you should be mounting. I think I show you, I think I should have done it before I mounted the DJI RS2 on this system. So that you have enough room. There you go. I think I connected. Where is the third one? Okay, I already have. But everything else was a breeze. So this was the only one you have to spend a little time to screw in these 4 screws. You take out these 4 screws and do the same thing again. You need to put it back. There's only a little extra time that you got to spend. Everything else is a breeze. And again, you don't take off these ones every now and then, so you just there you go. And I've seen but I don't know, I have not seen any video that people use this V-mount plate. Probably they have other options, because they are actually using just the handle alone. See, it is not connected, aligned properly yet. See, there's only downside is this actually screwing in, so I can't see the bottom portions. Only one is properly connected here. This is the one that's gonna take a little extra time. Just hang in there. You need a lot of patience to do this. Man, where is that little hole? So you get the idea. Basically, what that does is, basically you can actually have the V-mount battery attached to this, and have that V-mount battery also provide power to the gimbal. So that's if you want an extended runtime for this gimbal, so you have 2 options here. Either you have this DJI RS2 to the power handle, as well as the extra V-mount option is also available to you at your disposal. But if you're going for a long day shoot, and I would highly recommend that you use some kind of V-mount option, so that you will not run out of power. But this is taking extra long time, because I'm trying to do this in a hurry. I like to see, because I've not really used this one. This is not correct. I think I'm putting it on the wrong place. So you get the idea, because now it's taking extra time, and I probably I should have done this. Let me give it one more shot. If it's going to take more time, I would ditch that idea. But you get the idea, because you just take off the bottom plate from the V mount, and I like to show you the other one also. In the meantime, so that you know what I'm talking about. See, the other one is actually it's a power supply module. It's called power supply module, and this got two ports here. One is a P-tap port, and the one is actually USB port. So if you can actually mount a monitor here and power off of this P-tap. And the other one is actually, if you're using a phone, obviously phone is essential here, especially if you want active track. With the DJI-2, you need to mount your phone and connect your phone to the Raven Eye using Wi-Fi, and then use DJI Ronin app. You can actually do active track and things like that. So if you're connecting phone, and if you wanted to provide power to the phone, there's a 5-volt USB port here. So, but again, you cannot use both V-mount and this simultaneously at the same time. I wish they provided that capabilities. That's only one of my wish list. But either you can use this one or the other one. So you're kind of out of luck if you want to use both of them at the same time. But anyway, you get the idea. You unmount. There are four M3 screws on the plate here. On the plate here, you take off that. You take this piece out. You align it exactly the way it is aligned. But anyway, I did not show you how this is completely screwed in yet. Let me try one more time before I give up on this idea now, because I can't see the actual. See, I wish there's a better way to mount this. So then what you can do is actually get one of those small FX line battery. It's a half the size of my palm. It's a very lightweight. This is actually 50 watt. You can also get 98 watts or any other similar type, similar size. I would not recommend getting a big, beefy V-mount battery, because it's gonna be heavy first of all, and again, this is more like a very modular system. So you want to keep it modular so that you still you will be able to get more juice out of this V-mount as well. And you connect it, and you get extended power to RS2. So that's how you connect it. Let's actually take a look at what other option that Tilta provides other than the tethered handle that I just showed you. Let's actually quickly take a look at what options available from Tilta's website. Okay, all right. I'm actually going to tilta.com. Man, my headset is still keep bothering me. Tilta.com, Tilta's website. Tilta, partnered with DJI-2. They have the whole ecosystem for DJI-2. And they're not very well. Some of these accessories are expensive, but some of them are not really expensive. But again, you get what you want. You don't buy everything. Sometimes people buy everything, but they don't use half of it. But now, actually, that's not what I'm looking for. I think this is the one. I am available now. Okay, this is the one. So dual handle power supply bracket for RS2. And there you go. And okay, this is what I'm talking about. And this is purely wireless. Either you can get RS2 remote control handle for advanced ring grip. Actually, this works. This particular remote control handle works with their advanced handle as well as this dual supply bracket. And you know, if you ask me what should be the one that I should be getting, I will get this wireless lens control handle for advanced grip. This is the one I'll get, because if you want more focus and things like that. Let me see the other one more time. It says dual channel wireless lens control handle, so it only does lens control, but this is more like a remote control handle. So this handle attached to the right side of the advanced ring grip and dual power supply bracket to give you easy access to your gimbal settings as well as record and photo functions of your camera. But it doesn't give you any option. Oh, well, yes, it does. The thumbstick allows you to control the pan and tilt of your gimbal for maximum precision while operating, and the focus wheel allows you to wirelessly control either a DJI or nucleus series lens control. Oh yes, this is the one that you should be getting actually. If you are looking for a complete wireless handle, then I would recommend you get this one. But in addition to that, you also need a wireless module that Tilta has. This one costs you about $169. But there is a wireless module available. Let me check that. The packing list. There you go. Oh, it comes with a wireless module. Oh yeah, there you go. When you buy it, you get all these accessories too. So you get attachment. I don't think that you get the whole thing. So this is one. I think this. I don't think you get, when you order this, I don't think you get this wireless control module or wireless control receiver module. But if you order your advanced grip, all of this actually comes with it. So then you don't need to get anything extra. So this is a wireless control receiver module for RS2 that you attached on the side of the NATO port of RS2, and do some sync between the handle and this module. Then you're good to go. And the beauty of the handle is actually there's a toggle switch that you can actually change the position from nucleus nano to DJI focus motor. That way, a lot of people use Tilta nucleus nano focus motor, and if you're just using that, then you can still control the focus using that handle, that remote handle, no problem. But whereas the tethered handle only works with DJI focus motor, so just keep in mind that. And in my case, I'm not using nucleus nano, I'm only using DJI focus motor. So in my case, it just works beautifully fine. No problem at all. But again, I just want to quickly show you one more thing. There's a side bracket that comes with the DJI RS2, right? And this is good. In its current form, this is good. And I did not fully attach the V-mount plate yet because it's taking more time. And in the interest of time, actually, I would just leave it for now. But you know what, you get the idea, right? You align the bottom plate along with that the base, and just attach the top plate on top of it, and you screw it in, and you're good to go. You just have to be a little more patient and screw and make sure that you align up the holes perfectly, so that you can easily screw it in. And that's all you need to do, and then you can actually place the V-mount battery. You're good to go, man. Actually, the V-mount battery, the beauty of this V-mount is it has got it's very versatile. This FX Lion, again, I'm going to show you the brand is FX Lion Nano. It's called FX Lion Nano 1. And the beauty is that it has got actually 3 plus 1, 4. It's got a USB-A, USB-C, and the micro USB, and plus it also has got a P-tap. So very, very versatile battery. So if you just use this, you can also give power to the gimbal, and maybe you can also give power to your camera if you're not using any external batteries along with the camera. But in my case, and I have a camera dedicated for my camera. It's mounted in the front, and the one that you see in the front is this is the one. This battery is for powering the camera, and that you can only do with a Tilta cage. Without Tilta cage, I don't think it's possible, because I also had smaller cage, but smaller cage doesn't provide that ability to, or doesn't provide any options to actually mount a 15mm rod on the side. So there you go. But again, if you don't plan on having a battery mounted along with this, some people actually use a V mount, a V lock adapter on the cage itself, and use something similar, FX Line Nano 1 mount on top of it. But that's going to give you actually two benefits. One is it's going to give you a counterbalance, because the size of the Pocket 4K, it's not very easy to actually balance on RS2. So you need some kind of a counterweight. This battery itself is a counterweight, as well as it's providing power to the camera. So it's more advantageous in doing that way. And what else is there? I think I covered pretty much that I need to cover in this video. Do you have any questions? And again, if you have any questions, use the comment box to let us know. And I am interested in actually learning more about your experience as well. So you please share your experience, your videos, or whatever in the comment box, and I am interested in actually learning it from you, and actually interested in actually knowing your experience as well. And what else is there? I think that's all I have for today. And unless you have any specific questions with this particular this unit, and I will see you on the next one with another video. And again, next video I plan on doing something related to live streaming, and it's going to be a very interesting one. Hang in and check us back. Please follow our channel, and as I said earlier, please consider subscribing to our channel. Every little bit helps. Your views, your subscription, everything helps. With the everything helps the YouTube algorithm, and sees our video. The algorithm actually will promote our video to other people as well. And I'm sure that this video is helpful to you. And like I said, I placed this order for the system back in December. I got it only 2 days ago. I haven't had a chance to actually play with it on the field yet. So once I get more field time with this device, I'm going to be doing another video how useful in many configurations, and how upright position, the underslung mode, and things like that. And that's it, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.